What up, free bosses? In this video, you're going to learn how to build a profitable sales funnel that converts highly. Now, I'm going to cover a lot of information in this video, all about the customer journey, all about how you can get your conversion rates higher. So I highly recommend that you watch this video multiple times, and I recommend that you take some notes. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So if you're not familiar with what a sales funnel is, basically it's the customer journey. It's when the customer first finds out about your name to when they actually turn into a customer. It's that whole time in between. Now, obviously the journey doesn't stop there, because once they're a customer, then you can sell them other things, and then it really takes on a whole nother life. But what I'm just going to talk about is getting them from never hearing about you to actually becoming a customer. So I want you to look at that journey as similar to dating and actually creating a loving relationship with the opposite sex or the same sex, you know. But basically in dating, what you're doing is you're kind of selling yourself to this person. You're showing them that you're trusting, that you're credible, that you can provide value in their life, you can make them laugh, you can make them happy, that you are a person that they want in their life and that they ultimately want to be around, right? So that's what a business needs to do to their prospects. They need to show them that they're a trusting business, that they can deliver value and results, that they are a business that can have a long-term relationship with their prospects. So think about that when you are creating this sales funnel. It's going to really help you with building relationships, because if you don't build the relationship and make it a strong foundation of a relationship, then they may buy from you once, but then they may have a high return rate, or they may buy from you never again. It may just be like a business one-night stand type of thing. So when you're building this relationship with your prospect, a series of events need to happen, and a certain amount of boxes need to be checked off. And some buyers have less boxes that need to be checked off. Others buyers have a whole bunch more boxes that need to be checked off. And it's also going to depend on your price and your offer of how many boxes need to be checked off. Obviously, if you're buying a house, there's a whole bunch more boxes that need to be checked off than if you're just buying a banana at the grocery store or something like that, right? So let's jump into what all needs to be on the buyer checklist. Now, like I said before, some buyers are going to have different checklists. So these are just a few of the boxes on the checklist that I could come up with. I'm not going to cover every single box, but this will at least give you a good idea. So at first, they need to trust you. And the way that you can gain a lot of trust is through social proof. So social proof is basically people liking you, seeing you in top podcasts, seeing you on videos, people writing about you in publications, seeing that you're getting a bunch of engagement on your social channels, seeing that you've done a lot of projects, things like that. That's all social proof, and that's actually a huge key ingredient in the recipe of actually getting this prospect to turn into a customer. They need to find you familiar and be comfortable with your brand. So that's going to happen over time, this familiarity with your brand and that comfortableness with the brand. A lot of these things also go hand in hand. So them trusting you, finding you credible, finding you authoritative, that's going to lead to them being more comfortable with you. And then that's going to lead to them being more familiar with you a lot faster. The prospect needs to know 100% without a doubt that you can deliver them results. So you can prove this to them by actually delivering them some results. You can give them some results for free. You can give them information for free. You can help them for free. You know, businesses do this as like a trial offer or as a contest giveaway or a coupon. That's a way that businesses will prove to their prospects that they can actually deliver the results. So you need to get that across to your prospects, that prove to them that you can actually deliver results, because that's a huge buying checkbox, really, buying thing that the thought that they need to have. They need to actually trust that you can deliver on your promises. They need to know that the value you're bringing them is actually higher than what they're actually paying you. Because if they're paying you, if they're paying you $100, but they think that the value you're bringing them is only worth $10, maybe a couple of customers are gonna go with that, but not a lot of customers are gonna go with that. They want to know, people buy because they know that they're getting a deal. So you got to paint this big picture like you are delivering way more value than what you are actually receiving in compensation. So another thing to realize is that buyers buy with emotion, and then they rationalize logically. They buy because they need that pain solved. They need something to be fixed in their life. They bought on a promise that something was going to be better, and then they rationalize it logically, saying, oh, well, the price was great. This is an amazing deal. I couldn't pass up this deal. This is going to help me in so many ways. You know, they rationalize it logically, but initially they buy it purely on emotion. So you need to also remember that. Your funnel needs to check everything on the list. So again, like I said, some buyers, they want everything checked off. Other buyers, they don't really need everything checked off. But your goal should be to cater to the buyers that need every single thing checked off. You need to go above and beyond to really show them that you are the perfect match for their life. You need to show them that you're the perfect significant other to them, right? So as you go through the funnel steps, these boxes need to be checked off. So does this make sense? If this doesn't make sense, then go ahead and leave a comment. And if this does make sense, then go ahead and leave a comment as well. Let me know if you're on the same wavelength as me and you're understanding all this really well. So the next thing is, how is this accomplished? How do you go about checking off all these different boxes with your prospect? Well, the first thing could be by using Facebook and Instagram as a traffic source, driving and getting your prospects' attention and driving them to a landing page or to your Shopify website or somewhere where they can actually fill out a lead form and opt in or actually make a purchase. So with Facebook, you can accomplish a lot of this stuff right on the Facebook platform. No need to try and just get them off Facebook and then try and get them to check off the boxes on your landing page. You can do all of that within Facebook, and it actually may be cheaper for you in your marketing costs to actually do it all inside Facebook. You can use video and image ads to kind of accomplish these goals of gaining their trust, credibility, authority, all that kind of stuff. My favorite type of ad is called a carousel ad. And what a carousel ad is, it's these little boxes that you can kind of scroll left and right through. And it's basically like having multiple videos or multiple images in the actual ad. And what's really cool about these different little boxes is that they can link to different links. So one little box can be a video talking about XYZ, and that can link to your product page. Another video can be talking about XYZ, and that can link to your product category page. Another video or image can talk about XYZ, and that can link to your blog post or something like that. So that's what's really cool about carousel ads. You can put a lot of content and information in one ad, and hopefully the prospect will actually spend 30 minutes to an hour just consuming all the information that's within that carousel ad. You can put a lot of information in the actual post description. So fortunately, Facebook doesn't limit the character count in your post description. So me, in the past, I've actually put in like a huge blog post into the post descriptions, and I've actually found that those ads have performed really well when you put a bunch of information in the post description. Now, obviously, they have the choice to either read it or not to read it. If they start to read it in the beginning because you do a really good job of hooking them in, grabbing their attention, chances are they're going to just read through the whole thing, and then maybe after they read that whole post description text, then maybe they'll go and they'll start looking at the little videos, and then they'll go and click through, and when they actually click through, they've consumed so much information about your brand that now when they're on the landing page, it's a completely different perspective and experience for them because they're already, let's say, halfway sold or 80% sold, and then it's just kind of tipping them over with the great copy and information that you have on your landing page. So you can also do your retargeting with your Facebook and your Instagram ads. So retargeting is like if they watched a certain percentage of your video, or they visited a landing page, or they've done certain actions. Retargeting is what is the follow-up, and I'll talk more about that in a few, but basically retargeting builds a lot of that familiarity and comfort because over time, as they see these retargeting ads from you day after day and week after week, they start to get more comfortable with your brand and with your messaging and with your content, and that's what ultimately, like I said, checks off another box. You can get them to join a Facebook group of yours. So when they come into this Facebook group, you can keep on posting great content and great marketing information in that Facebook group, and you can have past customers and other prospects in there, and they can communicate with each other and they can ask each other questions. Like what I've seen in the past is a person will post in a Facebook group and they'll say, hey, what does everybody think about this product? Do they think it's a scam, or do they think this is actually legit? And then you'll get real life instant social proof going on there where other people will comment and say, oh yeah, this product is amazing. But you can also get that social proof of people saying, no, this does not work for me. I had horrible experience with the customer service, all that kind of stuff. But a Facebook group can be a great way to take your cold prospects, warm them up inside this Facebook group, and hit them with content over and over. and then eventually they turn into a sale. It's working really well for one of my clients that is helping people become an Amazon seller. So I've seen it firsthand that it is really warming them up. So I highly recommend that you test around with that. So the last one with Facebook and Instagram, and there's a bunch more, but this is the last one that I have, is the most important. It's third-party validation. So a little funnel that we've done in the past, which has worked really great, is basically where we use a customer that has, maybe it's a B2B type product. So we have a customer that's an influencer and they've used this product and they've liked this product or service, and we basically get access to their Facebook page, and then we run ads using their Facebook page as the front of the ads. Like when the prospects actually see this ad, it's going to look like this third-party person running the ad, and then when they click on that ad, then it's going to go to that third-party page, that blog page or whatever of that third party. So basically from the prospect's perspective, it looks like it's all the ad and the information is coming from a third party, not necessarily from product A, from company A. So let's say that my company is company A, and then we're working with company B. We run the ads and we drive the traffic to company B's pages, and the prospects all sees company B. So then it seems more like a referral, and people love to buy off of referrals from other people that they know, like, and trust, right? That's another great way to build that trust and credibility, is when you're using a third party that trust and credibility has already been built up with. Again, leave a comment if you have any questions about any of this stuff. Using YouTube as a traffic source. So YouTube is very similar to Facebook in that you can do some crazy stuff with videos, but with YouTube, I would say you have a little bit better shot of doing some organic type of traffic creation and really building a channel and a following organically and being able to drive traffic all organically, but you can definitely do paid as well with YouTube. Basically, you get them to subscribe to your videos, you get them watching and consuming your content on a regular basis, you're building that trust, credibility, authority, familiarity, all inside the YouTube platform, and you actually have a large international organic reach with YouTube. With Facebook, it's not so much organic or international reach. With Facebook, organic is really kind of a thing of the past. Organic reach with Facebook is just not so much happening these days, but YouTube is actually still massive with organic reach and organic discovery, really. So with YouTube, you can actually reach much different people than Facebook and Instagram. Like I just said, international, but also many people don't necessarily linger and loiter on Facebook and Instagram. Some people just stick to YouTube. Some people just stick to Facebook. So you're going to reach a completely different demographic, a completely different set of people on the different platforms. So you want to make sure that you have coverage on both YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I always just couple Facebook and Instagram in the same bucket because they seem to be so similar and you can easily advertise on both platforms. But I would definitely say diversify your assets, have some coverage on all these different things, and with YouTube, you can always still drive to a Facebook group. With your Facebook, you can always still drive traffic to your YouTube channel and get them to subscribe there. So you can always cross-promote on each platform and get them bouncing back and forth. But it's actually a great strategy to build up your YouTube channel, get them to join your Facebook group, then run Facebook ads on them, and then maybe using Google retargeting ads, Google display, Google search results, you can retarget them in the Google display network and on YouTube and stuff. So kind of bouncing them back and forth between the two biggest giants, Facebook and Google. Maybe a good strategy you want to test around with. So next is the landing page layout. Now there's a lot of variables that go into the landing page layout. There's the headline, there's the subheadline, there's where you put the video, the image, the buttons. There's so much stuff with the landing page headline, and with the landing page layout, and you really want to do a lot of testing and create different variations as you're driving traffic to the landing page to really tune in what exactly is going to convert the highest. But the headline is probably one of the most important things because it's the first thing that the prospect is going to see. So you really want them to be hooked in when they see that headline. You want to make a big promise. You want to call out the audience. You want to back up the promise with proof. All that is stuff that I've covered in previous videos, but basically with your headline, you gotta grab their attention and you gotta make a big promise to kind of keep their attention and get them to keep reading. With landing pages, you can embed videos. You can, again, yeah, I'm referring here in the presentation here to my 7-step sales letter script. So go hunting around through YouTube and find that video where I talk about the 7-step $1 million sales script. It's so powerful, but you can use all that information on your landing page. So when you have your landing page, you can embed a video, and in that video can cover all the different points, can cover every single checkbox that I've been talking about, but also below that video, you can have in text form all the different points that you're wanting to cover in that video, all the different checkboxes, because some people consume better through video, some people consume better through text and photos, so you want to cater to everybody's different form of content consumption. I'd highly recommend using GIFs on your landing page. GIF is basically like a hybrid between a photo and a video. It's kind of like a moving picture if you don't know what it is. But basically GIFs on landing pages actually auto load and work on smartphones and cell phones. So if you have an auto playing video, chances are it's not going to play on people's cell phones. It may auto play on a desktop computer, but a GIF auto plays on a cell phone, but it doesn't have any sound. So I would highly recommend though putting some GIFs in your landing page. They're really great for actually grabbing attention and just kind of breaking up the monotony in your landing page. Other things you want to have on your landing page is a big call to action. They got to know exactly where they need to click in order to take the next steps when they're ready for that. I'd highly recommend having an exit pop. So if they go, and this is really only good on a desktop computer, but if they go to navigate and leave the page, then there's going to be a pop-up that says, wait, don't go, let's give you 10% off and you'll be able to come back, and then you can salvage some sales. Sometimes an exit pop will increase your conversion rate by a couple points. So exit pops are great. Lastly, two last things is the Facebook retargeting pixel. I highly recommend that if you're running any kind of Facebook ads that you have this retargeting pixel or the pixel set up on everything, on all landing pages, all pages that you have in general. And then also you want to have a countdown. So you want to kind of show them that this deal is not going to last forever, push a little bit of scarcity, tell them that they have a limited time, because if people think that they have forever, then chances are they will just put it off and they won't actually convert ever, because they put it off and then they forget about it and then they're gone for good. Next, the most important thing in the sales funnel is the follow-up. You have that first touch point with them, you get them to see your ad, they click through, they visit your landing page. Now you have to follow up again with them to a day later or a week later to make sure that they come back, because again, that's part of the building the familiarity and the trust and the credibility. So there's multiple ways to follow up with them. You can use Facebook ads, you can use the YouTube retargeting ads, the Google ads, you can do email automation series. That does require you obviously to get their email address, so you'll have to come up with crafty ways to get their email address. I can talk about that later in another video of using lead magnets and basically giving away that free value in exchange for their contact information, their email or their phone number. And that's another great way, because you're going to give them something for free and you're basically, again, proving to them that you can help them by actually helping them first. In the follow-up, you'll be addressing potential objections and false beliefs that they may have. Basically, the no's that you get on a regular basis, you got to know the reason behind the no. If it's because the price is too high, if it's because they have in their head false beliefs that it just won't work for them, you have to know what that is and then know how to overcome that false belief or that objection that they're going to have in order to lock them down and get them closed down as a sale. Some great ways that you can overcome false beliefs and overcome these objections is by telling success stories of your past. If you have previous projects or case studies or clients that you've worked with and you've done amazing work for them and they've seen outstanding results, then you definitely want to highlight these as video testimonials, photos, text testimonials, any way that you can show on that landing page or in that ad that you are helping people and that you're proving to them, look, we've helped hundreds of thousands of other people or hundreds of people and we've achieved these results for them. Chances are we can do the same for you. So you really want to highlight your past accomplishments and experiences. Then this is in the follow-up, but you want to close them down. So how you can close them down is in many different ways. One thing is by offering a promo code. This works really well, just like how I mentioned with the exit pop. You can offer them a quick promo code and that will maybe be enough to just tip them over the edge if they're just going to save 10 to 20% or anything like that. You can include scarcity. You can tell them, look, this offer is ending soon. You have that countdown timer. You say, hey, we're closing this whole offer. We're not going to be offering this any longer. This is a seasonal item. It's not going to happen. Seasonal items actually do amazing. Like, think about a restaurant, or think about Taco Bell. When they first rolled out the cheesy gordita crunch, that was a seasonal item, and I actually really loved that cheesy gordita crunch. Every time it came out, I went and I got it. And then think about McDonald's. They had the McRib, and that was a seasonal item. I don't even really know if that's still a seasonal item or what they're doing with that. I don't really go to McDonald's that much, but think about seasonality and how it just drives demand, because people know that the scarcity is there. People know, oh, I got to take advantage of this because it's going to be gone here soon. You want to also play to the FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. You know, that's the whole scarcity thing, is saying, look, if you don't take advantage of this deal, you're going to be missing out on it very soon. Then you also want to be touching on the pain, constantly reminding them of the pain and how you can solve the pain. You can offer an insane discount on the front end, knowing that you're going to upsell them down the line or upsell them on the very next page. You can kind of get crafty, and that's where companies will do loss leaders, where they'll basically give you this product and knowing that they're going to be losing money initially, but their goal is to make that money back over the long term. Lastly, you got to be patient. This stuff takes time. People don't build a massive relationship with you and get trust, credibility, familiarity, get comfortable with you all within a day. Sometimes it takes people months to get there. Sometimes it takes people days or hours, you know? So do your best that you can with your Facebook ads and your videos and your landing pages, but then also just know that sometimes customers need several touch points and they need a good amount of time to actually be warmed up to you to then make that buying decision. So in this final recap, I just wanted to go over a couple of different examples of what funnels could be. So initially, let's say that they come from YouTube, and then after watching a couple of your YouTube videos, then they go to your lander, your landing page, and then they get the Facebook retargeting pixel, or maybe there's a link on the landing page that then bounces them over to the Facebook group. Or maybe they start with your Facebook ad, and then they're driven to the actual landing page, and then you have a YouTube retargeting ad that they see later on. So then the YouTube then bounces them over to your Facebook group. They get in the Facebook group, they keep consuming that content, and then they bounce over to the landing page, which is the final checkout page. Let's say that they start with your Facebook group, and somehow they got added into your Facebook group. Maybe you added them, or maybe a friend added them into your Facebook group, but they're in there, they're consuming your content, and then you're running an Instagram retargeting ad. So then all of a sudden they see this, whether it's retargeting or it's just cold traffic Instagram ad, now they see this ad, and that drives them to the actual landing page. The landing page doesn't convert them right then, but they consume a lot of the information on the landing page, then they leave, and then they see a Facebook retargeting ad, which then drives them back to the landing page. And maybe you have in your Facebook retargeting ad, maybe you have get 20% off now. So then that's what the little thing that pushes them over. They go back to the landing page, and boom, they convert into a customer. Another thing is, okay, let's say they start with YouTube and they're driven from YouTube to your landing page. In the landing page, you give them the little lead magnet where you get this for free, saying, hey, take this, give me your email, and then you do your email sequences, drive them back to the landing page. They're all warmed up and they're familiar with you. Then they go ahead and convert at that time. Basically, you want to have coverage everywhere: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, emails, on podcasts, do your news publications. Overall, as much omnipresence as you can build up to be able to show them that you're trusting, that you're credible, that you are a business that they need, and that you can deliver them results. So that is my sales funnel video. If you do all these different things, then you're pretty much guaranteed success, depending on your offer. I mean, if you're asking for $10,000, and again, if the value is not there, if the people don't see that the value is there, then they're not going to buy. So there's so many different variables and factors that go into having a profitable sales funnel, but that's going to take time. And so again, you got to be patient, but as you tweak and you refine and you create these different variations, you'll find what works and what doesn't work. And you may blow a lot of money doing it, but then hopefully in the end of the day, you make more money than you actually spent. That's the whole goal of business, right? Is make more money than you actually spent. So thank you so much for watching. If you are not yet in our Facebook group, then I highly recommend you join us. We have a lot of content that we're putting out there. We have a lot of people in there that you can learn from. Go to freebosslifestyle.com, join that Facebook group, and if you have any questions, feel free to, again, leave a comment below. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.